Can't believe I actually did it. I finished a bullet journal. There are about 3 months in here, July through September 2017. And with a few exceptions, I bullet journaled every week, pretty much, for the most part. I keep saying for the most part because this last week is the one I kind of dropped the ball on, but there were reasons behind that. So today is going to be the first in a 4-part kind of situation this week. I'm going to go over my experiences as a newbie bullet journaler and then set up my new one and some other things. And this is the first where I'm going to flip through this bullet journal. Before I get into the flip through though, a quick update on me. Those of you who've been following my channel know that I've been posting updates every Thursday, and this last Thursday I actually moved a different video to that Thursday so that I wouldn't have to. I have polycystic kidney disease, and the last week or so I have been pretty sick with a kidney infection, and I was able to keep the bare minimum going. I had videos already filmed, which is why I pre-film, and was able to kind of get some things done for my patrons, but I didn't really do much of anything else, and I certainly didn't do any filming that I wanted to do. I also didn't really bullet journal. So you'll notice when I get to the end of my flip through that after a certain day, there just isn't any habit tracking, there isn't any time tracking. There were only 2 things I finished the journal out with, and that was my lettering every damn day challenge and then the Oh So Cute Doodles challenge. I want to thank you all for continuing to watch my videos, and if you want to see a flip through and you sat through this ramble, keep watching. Okay, let's take a look. In the very beginning, I just got some post-it notes, various things I was reminding myself about, ideas, things for the new bullet journal. La-di-da, kind of like a dashboard, I guess. My key, I did not do, as many of you know. I just could not figure out the whole fucking symbol thing, so I didn't do it. My index is not entirely filled. I was not very great at it. Something I'm hoping to work on because I do like having it, and I think with a longer bullet journal, it may be more handy. So no stuff on these pages. Here's my future log through December. There's stuff that still I think needs to be added to it. I sort of, the last couple weeks, pooped out on it, but it's very helpful to have this. And then these are pages for my next future log. And then here's July. I got a lot of stuff done in July. Didn't get everything done, but I got a lot of stuff done, and it was a very full month for appointments. So let's get into the actual bullet journaling now. My first week, stayed on top of my time tracking. I was adding like extra doodles here to fill in space on days where there was more. Like I was much more concerned with having a nice big full layout instead of cramming shit in as I got closer to the end of the book and wanted to save space. I think you're going to see a difference when you get to some of these later pages where shit is super squished in. I really like how open this feels though, and I'm hoping to stick to something like this in the new one. And then my habits, this was when I was doing weekly habits rather than monthly habits, and I love this first page. It made me so happy with how it came out. I don't think any of my other weekly habit trackers made me quite so happy. It's like you do the first one, you love it, and then it's hard to recapture that same vibe. And I used some washi to cover up a mistake here. Here was one of my first books to read, my first collections with books to read. Did I actually finish any of these in the last? No, I have not. I've started many of these, but I haven't finished any of these on this list. I have read other books, though, that didn't go onto this list. I love the Geordie LaForge for Read 30 Minutes because of Reading Rainbow, but for the most part, this was not my favorite compared to the other one. I remember doing the wings because my little legs and my alarm clock were janky, so the wings made it was like, oh, it's flying. Time flies. Just a regular week with the extra doodling and stuff. I just like how this looks. These early bullet journal pages I like a lot better than the way it turned out later. My brain dump, I never got around to finishing that. Here was a week that I did not do much of any, it's not that I didn't do these things, I just didn't track these things. And this is where I started using color here, and as you can see, color was a big mistake in these weekly habit trackers. It just got too complicated. And as you can see, also, this is what happened with bullet journaling this week. Big hell no. This was my 3-day food log to take to my nutritionist before I was given the sadness diet. And I love how this looks. I might do other pages like this in the future. Back to habit tracking. And this time around, I failed ass at my challenges, but I got everything else at least tracked. And as you notice, I've got these notes sections on like every fucking time tracker, and there ain't nothing there, man. Continue. This is when I really started experimenting with making like a cute little divider in between days, and I think I stuck with this for most of the rest of it. Here is video ideas that, again, I didn't think to keep using it. So that's something I got to think about when it comes to idea collections, is what do I do with them so that I continue to use them and reference them instead of forgetting about them? How do I remember them? That's something to think about. And then this, I drew this in, I fucked it up, but I loved how it looked. And I don't know if I'm going to do this in the new one because this took forever to do. My monthly review, when I learned not to do things that are like, if you see all the fancy like bullet journal gurus doing shit like monthly reviews, that doesn't mean you have to do them. And I learned that by doing this, never referencing again, never finishing it, and really not giving a fuck about it. So now we know, right? So here's my August, also very full of appointments. I got a lot of shit done in August for my task list as well. This is when I started doing the monthly habit tracker, which I liked a lot better than the weekly, partly because I didn't have to redraw it every week. And I also was able to see the whole month's progress at a look. So I really like doing this. Notice my bullet journaling is starting to get a little bit more crunched in. I'm starting to use these borders a lot more. And this is when I started putting my challenges into the bullet journal. Lettering and oh so cute doodles, which, as you can see in the habit tracker, was the two of the only habits that I actually managed to do the entire month. And so then what I did was use this washi to be able to find the challenge page. And as you can see by the jankiness here, I managed to go back and forth here a lot every day. And then here is my challenge calendar, the one that I fucked up. If you look, the squares aren't all the same sizes, but I fixed that in September. And I really liked having this in here because it reminded me to keep doing it. And the same with my Llamas Love Lettering Every Damn Day. This was the Buffy challenge, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I think this first week, especially here with this Buffy, was where I sort of tried to jump out of my comfort zone on lettering, and I really like how it came out. I was bullet journaling here. I just left this so that I could start the next page. And then here is my page where I was starting to list all the things I can't have. And believe me, this is not everything. But I stopped because it was getting way too depressing. And I think that in my new bullet journal, I am going to do a sadness diet page, but it's going to be a list of the things I can have. Things I can have that I like, not just things I can have but I hate. So I'm not going to, put those on there because that's useless. So I think that will be more useful than a page just showing me everything that is making me sad. Here's where I started drawing the weather in, and I was just using, originally it was just to fill in these extra gaps to make it look more full. For those of you who wonder why I track my weather, it's not because I want to know what the weather was like that day. It's so that I have an idea of what to expect in terms of should I shave my legs that morning so I can wear shorts, or do my kids need a sweatshirt, or whatever the case may be. I know this is California. I know it's kind of a non-issue, but it does help. This is the running thing, useless notes section on my time tracker. This was another one of my lettering challenges that I love how it turned out. I love how Dawn turned out. Tara, I think Anya came out looking more like some other word, like Sinya or something. I don't fucking know. And I like how the master turned out. This is a fun lettering technique for Halloween, and I will link a tutorial I did, I think, last year on how to do a similar style to this up above in the comments. Or in the cards, whatever, the ether. Continue to bullet journal, continue to add weather, and I listed some deadlines that I had that were like pressing on me that week, just to fully remind me this you need to get done. More lettering. Here was when I was in Dallas and I did not time track that weekend because I just did not have time to time track. And then here, another week of no time tracking for the weekend because I had a migraine. More lettering. And I'll give you a quick tip here, or at least a peek behind the curtain. On days where I have migraines or I'm out of town, I may go and catch up on my challenge, like for a couple of days that I missed. And I still count that as doing my challenges every day because I got them done. It's semantics, but it's what I am choosing to do with my life. List of to try things for, and I haven't updated any of this because I have tried a bunch of these now for videos, and I'm going to try and do a different version of this for the new bullet journal, especially considering that I fucked up. I highlighted and then labeled the wrong thing, so oops. And this is when I started moving the weather to the side. So instead of using it to fill up a section, I was actually being purposeful in when I added the weather. Massive fucking migraine. Catch the fuck up. Time tracked. Again, no use of the notes section. This is where it switched over to September and the greatest movie of all time, Grease 2. We got to the end of August, and here, instead of doing a monthly review, I did this where I looked at the hours spent based on time tracking and my habits. And this was so much more useful. I am not going to do this at the end of September because you'll see when we get to it that I did not finish all of my tracking because of being so sick this week. This was very helpful, and I will continue to do this in October, just not in September. But having this, I tracked all of my hours spent, all of my habits. And then I took a look at like how many hours overall in like different sections of my life. And it was really, really helpful. September, got a lot of shit done. It's a lot of shit. That's what you got to do. I stuck around with keeping the challenges in my bullet journal and my monthly tracking. And as you can see here, after the 24th, I just stopped tracking altogether. And that's because I wasn't feeling good. And I had a lot going on, a lot of crises in the Guentert-Baldo household to deal with. So whatever. You can't be perfect. I'm not perfect. I know you're not perfect if you're watching this. And if you are perfect, you probably shouldn't be watching my channel because you might get fucking irritated with me. I did, however, get through all of my doodles and all of my lettering because that was the one area in my life that I was like, I'm going to get these done because it brings me some joy even when I'm sick, even when there's a bunch of shit falling apart everywhere. Doing the doodles and the lettering was a little tiny bit of awesomeness in my life. I tried to draw, what was that supposed to be? I think it was a lumberjack. I was going to draw a lumberjack cap and I got fucking frustrated and I wasn't feeling good, so I just stopped bothering. And then for drawing a soda can, I put, I just can't. I'm not allowed to have soda anymore because of the fucking sadness diet. And I was like, no, I will not draw that. You can see here I'm really mushing it in so that I'll have enough space to finish the bullet journal out. No use of the notes section. Lettering with my favorite thing ever, my Johnny Nogarelli doodle from Grease 2. Again, squishing it in. You can see the Sunday here is just so mushed in so that I can fit everything in. Time tracking. This is when we went and saw Muse. That's what this giant chunk of time is. Here's when I fucked up. I think I didn't fit everything, so I covered it up with scrapbook paper. And I really like how this looks, but I hate how it curls up. So I got to figure out a better way to deal with that. Squished in bullet journaling. This is when we moved over to the grid at the end, not the dot grid, but like the lined grid at the end of this notebook. And as you can see, my time tracker got way bigger. This was like massive time tracker, but at least it meant there was no space for notes. So that's cool, right? Lettering, I fucked up here, BuJo. I ran out of room. I was trying to be fancy. Saturday the 23rd, and after that, that's when things got busy, and I got sick, and I was tired, and everything was falling apart, and it's been a really shitty fucking month and a really shitty week, and this is me sounding like depressed, but that's the truth. This is real life here. I was like, I'm gonna get through it, and then I fell off the planet on social media. I fell off the planet in my bullet journal, and I was just focused on trying to feel better and to manage all the crises in my life. Notice I didn't even draw in lettering. I just lettered in here to get it done. I just put lettering in. I was like, fuck it. I'm not setting anything up. I'm just going to get the lettering in. No time tracking. And there's a couple of pages left in this bullet journal, but this is where I am calling this journal quits, and I have officially finished. It's only, how many spreads? It's one spread of grid paper, of this lined grid, and then some blank pages. So I think that this officially is the end of this bullet journal. I filled it up with the exception of a couple pages. I feel proud of myself. I feel a sense of completion. I'm very proud. I will do a full review on this bullet journal, and there will be a giveaway, so I hope that I see you there for that. I am excited to try the new one. It's going to be fun. Have you ever finished a notebook? Have you finished one? Let me know how you felt when you were done, because I feel pretty good about it, aside from the fact that it was ending on like a wah-wah note, because this whole week has been just garbage. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.